Farmers are excited about the potential of a new trade agreement that was signed this week. Dennis Morris of KLEM Radio in Lamar says more information in this week's Agriculture Report.
A new trade agreement has been signed by the United States, Mexico, and Canadian officials. It will replace what was referred to as the North American Free Trade Agreement, or NAFTA. Now referred to as USMCA, the agreement will go back and eliminate any tariffs between the three nations. Agricultural officials, including Iowa's Secretary of Agriculture Mike Naig, are pleased with the new trade agreement and say that Iowa farmers will benefit.
This is definitely welcome news and the kind of win that we really do need to see for Iowa farmers. When Canada and Mexico are your number one and number two trading partners, this sort of agreement is just critically important.
Naig says under the new agreement, egg and dairy producers will also be able to open additional markets.
First and foremost, what's important is that we maintain our zero tariff treatment that we had previously had between our three countries, and that's good news. So again, free trade across those borders. There had been some issues, though, related to dairy and poultry and egg exports into Canada, and we understand that those issues have also been addressed in a way that begins to open up the Canadian market for those products.
Pork producers are also elated over the trade agreement. Greg Hora is the president of the Iowa Pork Producers Association. He says pork producers have been anxiously awaiting for this agreement.
And hopefully that will continue to move more pork, especially to the south, where we know the infrastructure in Mexico, the processing in Mexico, and the distribution to the consumers in Mexico has been built up over the last several years, so that they need to feed their people more and better protein, and pork is the protein of choice.
The new trade agreement will also mean good news to Iowa's soybean growers. Lindsey Greiner of Keota, Iowa, is the president of the Iowa Soybean Association. He says Mexico is one of the top buyers of U.S. soybeans and soybean meal.
Well, I know Mexico ranks right up towards the top, and I'm not exactly sure. China's been our largest importer of soybeans, but I think Mexico is probably second. So it's a really big deal for not only soybean farmers, but corn farmers, too.
In the coming days and weeks, additional details of the new trade agreement will be forthcoming, but Iowa agriculture leaders believe it will spell good news for farmers. For KCAU 9 News, I'm Dennis Morris.